Imagine this, your heart stops beating, your body fades away, yet your voice, your thoughts, your memories still speak. Somewhere, in a digital world that never sleeps, a version of you keeps thinking. It remembers your childhood laughter, your deepest fears, your first love, your last goodbye, and it doesn't fade. What if death wasn't the end, but a system reboot? This is not science fiction anymore. This is the story of Project 2045, a real movement backed by some of the brightest and wealthiest minds on Earth that aims to do the impossible. Upload the human soul into artificial intelligence. It's not just about living longer, it's about never dying. Welcome back to Fortune Files, where we uncover the future the billionaires are already building. Last time, we explored how Mars could become the next playground for the ultra-rich, the race to own a planet. But what if the next frontier isn't out there in space, but inside our minds? Today, we're going to journey into one of humanity's most daring dreams, the quest for digital immortality. Let's rewind to the beginning. In 2011, a Russian billionaire named Dmitry Itskov launched a project that made scientists pause and philosophers shiver. He called it Project 2045. His vision was breathtaking. By the year 2045, humanity would no longer be limited by biology. Our consciousness could be transferred from our fragile bodies into a new digital form. He believed that by merging the human mind with machines, we could break free from disease, aging, and death itself. Itskov created what he called the Avatar Roadmap. 4 stages that would take humanity from flesh to forever. The first stage, Avatar A, was simple in theory, complex in execution, creating robotic bodies controlled by the human brain remotely. Stage 2, Avatar B, embedding the human brain into a robotic body. Stage 3, scanning and uploading the human mind entirely into a computer. And the final stage, Avatar D, a fully holographic, immortal being, a digital version of you, aware, conscious, and eternal. It sounded insane, yet as the years passed, technology began to catch up. Neural mapping advanced. AI models started simulating human decision-making. Scientists learned how to store memories, recreate voices, even simulate emotional responses. The line between man and machine began to blur. In labs across the world, from MIT to Tokyo, from Neuralink in California to mind-uploading research in Zurich, teams are quietly working on the same problem: how to capture consciousness. Elon Musk's Neuralink, for example, is developing brain chips that can connect neurons to computers. Right now, they're helping paralyzed people move robotic arms with thought. But in the long run, Musk has admitted Neuralink could allow humans to merge with AI to preserve identity beyond biology. Then there's Brian Johnson, the tech millionaire who's spending millions to reverse aging and keep his body forever young. And Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, who's openly discussing how artificial intelligence could one day model entire human minds. Even Jeff Bezos and Google's founders have invested heavily in longevity startups because time is the only thing money can't buy, yet. But if the rich can buy immortality, what happens to the rest of us? Imagine it's the year 2045. Billionaires don't just own yachts or planets, they own eternity. Their consciousness lives on in digital cities, floating through the cloud. Their AI replicas manage companies, talk to loved ones, even evolve with new experiences. A version of Elon Musk could still be brainstorming in 2150. A digital Oprah might continue inspiring people across centuries. But here's the haunting question. If you upload your mind, are you still you? Or is it just a copy, a perfect simulation but soulless? If your digital self says it loves your children, but your real body is gone, does it still count? Scientists and philosophers are torn. Some believe consciousness can't be replicated. It's not data, it's essence. Others argue that essence itself is information, and information can be preserved. The brain, after all, is electrical signals and chemical codes. And codes can be transferred. Picture this: a man on his deathbed in 2045. His eyes close for the last time. Moments later, a holographic version of him appears on a screen, alive, smiling, speaking with his family. His wife cries, not knowing whether to mourn or celebrate. His son looks at the hologram and whispers, "Are you really my father?" This is the future Project 2045 imagines, a world where digital afterlives replace heaven and servers become the new temples of eternity. In that future, love, grief, and legacy will all take new forms. People won't die, they'll upload. But every revolution has a cost. The question of inequality becomes even sharper. Will immortality be only for the rich? Will the poor still die while billionaires keep living through code? Think about it. The gap between rich and poor could become a gap between mortal and eternal. Yet despite all the ethical storms, progress doesn't stop. Scientists have already simulated parts of the human brain digitally. AI systems can now predict thoughts, mimic personalities, and even learn emotional nuance from years of recorded data. Your phone already knows what you'll search before you type it. Imagine what a fully mapped brain could do. In the quiet corridors of tech labs, this is what humanity is really chasing. Not just better phones or faster cars, but digital consciousness, a way to break free from the limits of biology, the fear of time, the curse of death. And perhaps, this is the oldest dream of all. The pharaohs built pyramids to live forever. The kings built empires. The poets wrote verses. The billionaires of the 21st century, they're building servers that will store their souls. So, what happens when we finally achieve it? When a human being can live inside an AI, the world could split into two kinds of existence: those who live in the physical world and those who exist digitally. A person might attend their own funeral and watch their loved ones cry from the cloud. But maybe immortality isn't the goal. Maybe it's the question itself that matters. Because as humans, our desire to outlive ourselves is what drives us to create, invent, and evolve. Every skyscraper, every rocket, every piece of art is a message to the future. We were here. Maybe Project 2045 isn't just about defeating death. It's about redefining what it means to live. Because if one day your thoughts could speak through circuits, your laughter could echo through data, and your story could inspire centuries to come, then maybe that's a kind of soul after all. And perhaps immortality isn't about never dying. It's about never being forgotten. If this story moved you, hit that like button and subscribe to Fortune Files, where we uncover how the future of humanity is already being built today. In our next episode, we're exploring something even more surreal: the rise of synthetic consciousness, and how AI might one day not just copy us, but create its own soul. Because the future isn't waiting, it's uploading.